Hello students, in this video of ours, we are going to learn about the class Pisces. And this class is under the division Gnethostomata. We saw that the subphylum Vertebrata is divided into two divisions based on the presence or absence of the jaws, and these two divisions are Agnatha and Gnethostomata. So in Agnatha, we did class Cyclostomata. There is only one class in Agnatha where the jaws are absent. The organisms are without jaws. Here now in Gnethostomata division, we are going to study about the organisms which are having jaws. And in that, the first class, the first superclass is Pisces. And this Pisces is exclusively organism which we commonly call fish. So all fish, they come in this class Pisces. Clear. So the division Gnethostomata is divided into two superclasses first. And these superclasses are Pisces. They bear fins. That means for movement, they are having fins. Whereas the second superclass, that is Tetrapoda. Tetra means four and poda means limbs. So in this superclass, you will find four limbs, two forelimbs and two back limbs, hind limbs. So total four limbs are present, two forelimbs and two hind limbs. Four limbs are present, and that those organisms which are having four limbs, they come under superclass Tetrapoda. And the first superclass which we are going to learn about in this video is Pisces, and this is the superclass where the organism having fins come. So all organisms of this superclass, they are having fins for the movement. Now this Pisces, the superclass Pisces, they are all aquatic animals. Aquatic animals means they all are present in water and they are having fins for their movement. They are poikilothermic. Poikilothermic means they are cold-blooded animals. What are cold-blooded animals? Cold-blooded animals are the animals where the body temperature is not constant like us. We are warm-blooded animals. So the body temperature is not constant. Their body temperature keeps on changing as per the temperature of the surrounding. So if the surrounding is cold, the body will be cold. If the surrounding is hot, the body will be having more temperature. So their body temperature is not constant. It keeps on changing as per the surrounding temperature. And that's why they are called cold-blooded animals. They feed on detritus. What is detritus? Detritus is the dead and decaying organic matter. Planktons, algae, mollusks, and other aquatic animals. Because they are all aquatic animals, so they feed on small other aquatic animals. Their locomotion is by body fins. The fins are present, the scales are present on body, and they help in the movement. The caudal fin, it helps in the steering. Steering, you know the steering, when you have to move from left and right, that is called steering. So in them, the caudal fin is present for the steering to change the direction left and right. The caudal fin is present. Exoskeleton is made up of dermal scales. They are having scales on their body. So the exoskeleton is made up of dermal scales, and the endoskeleton is either made up of cartilage or made up of bones. So depending on the presence of cartilage or bone, they can be further divided into different classes. Body is streamlined. Streamlined means body is streamlined means they have tapered ends and a broad middle portion. So broad middle portion with tapered, with narrow ends. That type of structure is called streamlined body, or like a boat. So this all fish you will find body is streamlined. Mouth is terminal or ventral in position. Mouth can be ventral in position or terminal. Terminal means at the top. Between the dorsal and ventral, at the top you will find the terminal position of the mouth, or it can be ventral. Respiration is by gills because they are aquatic animals, so respiration is by gills. Heart is two chambered, only two chambers are present, auricle and ventricle, and it shows single circulation. Single circulation means the blood is flowing in the heart only once in a cycle, and which is closed. Closed means the blood vessels are present, the heart is present, and the blood is transporting the things to different portions of the body through the blood vessels. That is called the closed blood circulatory system. So they have the closed blood circulatory system with heart having two chambers only. Blood is red in color, so here the blood is also red like us, and Pisces like us. That means what? Because of the red pigment. What is that red pigment? Hemoglobin. Because of the hemoglobin, the color of the red is color of our blood is red. So they also have blood red in color. Pisces have a well-developed brain with large olfactory lobes. So here the brain is developing in the process of evolution. You will find a well-developed brain here in fish, and which is having olfactory lobes. Sexes are separate. Most fishes are oviparous. Oviparous means they lay eggs. So most of the fish, they lay eggs, but some are viviparous as well. And the superclass Pisces can be divided into two classes. See, this is the difference between single circulation and double circulation. Single circulation, two-chambered heart is there, and the blood is coming to the heart only once. Arteries are taking the oxygenated blood and to the gill capillaries, and then to the body, and from body the veins are bringing the deoxygenated blood. That means the blood which is rich in carbon dioxide, bringing that to the heart again. And in double circulation, what happens? Double circulation, there is compartmentalization in the heart for the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. So left side and right side are for the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. And when the blood is coming from the body, the deoxygenated blood is coming from the body to the heart, then it is from heart, it is going to the lungs, and in lungs they are getting purified, they are getting the oxygen, and then they are coming back to the heart. So this is about the four-chambered heart. This is in our case. In our case, we are having double circulation. The blood is coming into our heart two times. One is systematic, that is when it is going to the body and coming back, and one is pulmonary, when it is going to the lungs and coming back. But in case of fish, the circulatory system is single circulation because they are having two-chambered heart. Now, this superclass Pisces is divided into two classes depending on the endoskeleton. Exoskeleton is made up of scales, but endoskeleton can be made up of cartilage or bones. So, if the endoskeleton is made up of cartilage, the class is called chondrichitis. And if the endoskeleton is made up of bones, the class is called osteitis. So the superclass Pisces can be divided into two classes, chondrichitis and osteitis. Now see, the uppermost, like what we were discussing about the paired fins, here you can see the dorsal fin, two, pelvic fin, one, and upper, two fins in pairs. So fins are in pairs, whereas in case of cyclostomata, the fin was median. It was only single in the middle line. And this is difference between cartilaginous and chondrichitis and osteitis fish. When the endoskeleton is cartilaginous and when the endoskeleton is with bones, osteitis. Now, first class we will do, that is chondrichitis. Chondrichitis means the fishes which are having cartilage endoskeleton. So, endoskeleton is in the form of cartilage. Endoskeleton means the skeleton which is present inside. They are only marine. Exoskeleton is made up of tiny placoid scales. Exoskeleton in chondrichitis as well as in osteitis, it is present of dermal scales, but in the scales are different in both the classes. In chondrichitis, the scales are placoid scales. Mouth is ventral and there are two dorsal fins. That means the four dorsal fins are in pairs. Two dorsal fins are there. Male copulatory organ called claspers. The claspers are present in male. These claspers are the copulatory. Copulatory organs means the organ which help in the holding of the female body. So these claspers are helping the male to hold the female body for copulation. And during copulation, the male is holding the female with the help of claspers. Then caudal fin is present, and this caudal fin is for the steering. Though for steering, the caudal fin is present, and this is heterocircle. What is heterocircle? It is asymmetry. Means it cannot be divided into two equal halves. So this caudal fin is asymmetrical, and this is helping in the steering of the body. And 5 to 7 pairs of gill slits are present. And their dermal scales are placoid scales. So these are the structures of the placoid scales. Small placoid scales are present in chondrichitis. Fertilization is internal, and these fishes are viviparous. Means they have they are having the fertilization internal. The fusion of male and female gamete is taking place inside the body. That's why they are called viviparous. And the example of this is Scoliodon, that is the shark. Shark is example of chondrichitis, which is Scoliodon. Electric ray, stingray, hammerhead shark, and sawfish. Sawfish is given, the diagram is given in your NCERT. Sawfish, hammerhead, I will show you just now. And these are the, see, this is hammerhead. Hammerhead, electric ray, stingray, these are all chondrichitis fish. And these chondrichitis, they are having cartilaginous endoskeleton. I'll show you one. This is, see, this is shark. This is sawfish. The saw-like mouth is there, the external structure. This is shark. So they are having pair of fins. Two fins you can see, dorsal fins, and the caudal fin is there. Caudal fin is asymmetric, and this asymmetrical caudal fin is helping in the steering of the body. And they are having dermal scales as exoskeleton, and these dermal scales are placoid scales. So this was all about the chondrichthyes. That means the fish which are having endoskeleton made up of cartilage. Now we will study about the osteichthyes. Osteichthyes is the class of superclass species which is consisting of bony fishes. Now, what is bony fishes? Bony fishes are the fishes where the endoskeleton is made up of bones, not the cartilage. And they are found in fresh water as well as in marine water. Chondrichthyes you will find only in marine water, whereas osteichthyes you will find marine as well as fresh water. Here the exoskeleton is made up of cycloid and ctenoid scales. C is silent here. So cycloid and ctenoid scales are present. Like in chondrichthyes, placoid scales are present as endoskeleton. The dermal scales are placoid. Here in case of osteichthyes, the dermal scales are cycloid and ctenoid. Mouth is terminal in position. Terminal means at the top. So mouth is terminal. Single dorsal fin is present. So this is the difference between chondri and osteichthyes. In chondrichthyes, you will find pair of dorsal fins. Here you will find single dorsal fin is present, and here claspers are absent. In case of chondrichthyes, we saw that claspers are present in the male as male copulatory organ, and these claspers are to hold the female for the copulation. Whereas in case of osteichthyes, these claspers are absent. The caudal fin is present here also for the steering purposes. Now, 4 pairs of gills are present covered by an operculum. So this is another characteristic feature of osteichthyes. Here you will find the operculum. What is operculum? Operculum is a lid which covers the gill slits. So this is not, in case of chondrichthyes, you will not find operculum, but in case of osteichthyes, you will find operculum. Here the fertilization is external. In chondrichthyes, the fertilization was internal, and that's why the claspers were needed by the male to hold the female for copulation. Whereas in case of osteichthyes, the fertilization is external. That means the fusion of male and female gamete is taking place outside the bodies. So it is external fertilization. That's why these fishes are oviparous. And the examples are Bombay duck, pomfret, katla, seahorse. These are the examples of osteichthyes fishes. I'll show you the example. See. This is the typical rohu, the typical example of osteichthyes. You will find operculum. Operculum is the in the presence of which covers the gill slits. And here you will find the pectoral fin, pelvic fin, anal fin, dorsal fins, and then caudal fins. So all these fins are present in this osteichthyes. Then here you will find the scales which are cycloid and ctenoid. In chondrichthyes, the scales were placoid. Here you will find either the cycloid or the ctenoid scales as dermal scales, and these are as exoskeleton. I'll show you other diagrams. Which other diagrams are not present. Okay, see your the diagrams of your this thing, NCERT page number 57. Seahorse is given. Seahorse and katla. 2 examples are given. So these are the osteichthyes. So this was all about the superclass Pisces, which is consisting of 2 classes, chondrichitis and osteitis.